Okay, so it's Nancy today. I am gonna plant potatoes. I have all these potatoes that have sprouted, and I usually just pull off the eyes, so much for that. But I think this year I'm gonna plant them. And so I have these things. There's a bottom part, and there's a reservoir in it. Sorry. And this dent here is where you fill it, the water in the bottom. And then this, you have the dirt going down into the water, and then it becomes a wick, and so it keeps your plants wet. So now the first thing I want to do is I want to create good reservoirs. So although these are all nicely up here, I'm going to take them down. Hey, there's a place for you. Look at that. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I have jumped the gun. I don't really want these all on there yet. Okay, so now could you see anything that went on? I don't know. I really don't know what's happening here. Okay, so so I've taken the top. I've got plastic down to protect the table. It really won't protect it very well because everything's got edges but it'll keep from scratching the table anyway. And hopefully the water won't go on the table. I keep this up here. If any spills, then maybe it'll stay off the table. Okay, so now I'm going to make some manure. So this is comfrey. It's good for, no, is that right? Is comfrey? It's good for healing your bones. I think comfrey is the name of it. Anyway, and this stuff rots into the most nutritious stuff. And so I figure if I put it in the water at the bottom, it will rot in the bottom. Yeah, I just out of the snow. Oh yeah, I have to leave some in here too. Okay, so there we have it. So that's the bottom. And now, of course, I could put my worm stuff, but that'll go in the top. So let's fill this with water now. I'm uploading another video. 31% takes forever. All right, so how are we going to work this little challenge here? I don't know why I have my boots on, except I do. I was working in the family room, and okay, now is this going to be okay under here? Okay. Oopsie, I always forget which side you're looking at. So, isn't this amazing? So we'll fill these. I wonder if one of these fills faster than the other. Not sure where to put you where you won't get wet. Is that faster? Looks faster. So now these can be sticking off the side a little bit, be closer to the sunshine. As you see, the sun will come in where the lights are reflecting for the winter. So I might get some light during that part. So this is going to take a while, I guess. So then, once I've got these full of water, I'll put the tops back on. And then I don't have any soil. So I thought I would fill them with straw and leaves. So I guess the leaves would be first because I want them to pack down in and wick the water up so I don't have to worry about watering it. So this stuff will rot down and be amazing. But I also want to use worm manure. I want to figure out which is the fastest one. No, not that one. Why would it look like that? I don't know. Okay, so we'll put one lid in. Where am I going to put you so you can see? But I can, well, you can just come along like this. Okay, so this goes, this needs to go so that the top dent and the bottom dent are together. And then it sits right down on there, right inside of it. If you do it properly, it'll hook on there. I can't see the other side. So first thing I'll put on here, the first thing I'll put in there should be, I guess, leaves. The leaves are in the car, so I'll have to go get the leaves. Isn't this interesting? So the ends up with all the holes there that do they all look like that? I've never really looked at that before. With the leaves, the holes like that, all the roots go down in. They just drink freely. Okay. Good morning, Allison. Oh, I haven't seen you for a long time. Or have I? It seems like it's not been for a long time. Oh, you're not even looking the right way now. Oh, this is on crooked. Oh, wait, you're looking the wrong way. All right, we'll turn you around. You can stand right there. Right there. And maybe you'll see what's going on. You just let me turn around. Oops, headed the wrong direction. And you put the next one up. How's your view? Not very good, is it? Well, whatever. Okay, I think you'll be right. There's still ice in this one. So we'll get this one on and then we'll put the See, now if I want to add more comfrey or something in the bottoms there, I can do that from the little hole. Okay. Oops, didn't start this one. So we're going to have to go out and get a bag of leaves. And we've already got the straw here. It up from down below in the car yesterday. So we need one more of these, but it's on the one I want to use. Well, I guess I can just use any of them. They're outside. I don't like them being outside. So you remember all the potatoes yesterday, right? In the cupboard that were sprouting? So I don't want them sprouting and not being used. So this is going to be, I'm going to make there'll be leaves and straw will be the soil. Oops, sorry. Trying to break up some of this ice or melt it. I suppose it'll melt soon enough. Okay. Okay, I'll put this one in there. That will go done on this side. Oops. And see those little flaps there? They go into these things. I don't know what these things are called. But I admired them so much when I saw them at my son's house. I thought this is a great thing. And then, you know how people are always getting rid of stuff. Well, he's doing that too. So I have them now. Very grateful too. Okay, so I need another one of these containers, where is it actually? I guess we have to go out to the garden and get that. And we could probably get some more of these comfrey leaves at the same time. And then we can shove them all in these little holes, you know, if you can reach it. Yeah, I guess I can reach it there. Okay. Now the thing to be concerned about when you do this is that if you have too much water, if you put water on the top, it's going to go through. So you have to be careful how much you water so you don't have them tipping over. Okay, so let's go. I love that hose. I'll just put that in here. Okay. Have to mend my mug. Can you believe that? It fell off the table here and it broke. Made it all the way home, but then broke. But I think I can put it all back together. That's what all these dishes my grandparents had. Lots of them were like that. So there's one in the barrel, in the wheelbarrow, but it's full and it's very heavy, and I don't think I'm going to handle that very well. So I'll just get, it's really gotten cold out there. It's only -5, but the wind is blowing hard. Oops. So I have 4 more of these in here. Let's wear gloves this time, shall we? Are they over here? No, Nancy put them away. What is Nancy to do? I could wear this kind, since they're going to get dirty. Of course, they're always getting dirty. Okay. Sorry about that. You really don't have a very good time of it here, do you? There we go. Oh, I didn't even get the same ones. All right, we got to zip things up. So have you got your hot tea yet? Or your coffee or whatever it is that you... What? Oh. Thought he said something to me, but I guess not. All right, so... Oh, not one of those. Can you, somebody, can you report that? Do that for me. There, if I touch you with those. So, oops, wrong side. Let's get the lid, the top. It's trying to smell out here, isn't it? These for now. There's 2 of them, but I have 4 more in there, or 5, I guess. I have to have tops for them. And this one is a little frozen. You like my cattail swing for Maya? She just loves it. It's not done yet, but a lot of it's done. Okay. I have 4 of them in here. Okay, so let's go get the bag of leaves. And that can go with it. Actually, maybe I need this plastic here for keeping the snow off of there. Cat somewhere lived. All right, so here we have the bag of leaves. Oh, I don't want to go through this way. Hi, chickadee. Good morning. See the side of the moat? It's pretty cool, eh? Let's go back around the top. I want to be able to see them from my bedroom window when they come out. I have some. That's pretty good. He's composing. He's writing a choral piece. I wanted to have it done by the beginning of the year, I thought, but... So what are we looking for now? It's starting to get windier and more snow in the air. Not much. I'm off. You have to be so careful because things are brittle. Oh, that's good. I got 4 of them. Okay. Things get pretty brittle when it's frozen. See, there's this freezing rain that was on top of some snow. It's very, very little bit of snow. We are really having it so easy. How are your chickadees doing with all your food here? This thing, the wind blew this over last night. All right. So there were 4 of them. Oh yeah, but I am using one in the other room. So I need a number 5. All right. See if we can turn you around. Don't seem to be able to. Okay, we did it! Yay! Next part of the plan. Take off these boots. Maybe I'll just put on these slippers. Have you already done stuff this morning? What have you done? Okay, there we go. He's still there. Which way is up? Hello, hello. So we needed one of these. Oh no, we didn't get any more. Oh yeah, we don't need any more. I was thinking the comfort. This is not a top, it's a bottom, it's a top. Yes, I'm still living away. Hi. Okay, there we go. Look at that. How's that? Is that on properly here? Okay, so now we need leaves, and we have to fill up these places with the leaves. Nice to see leaves in the winter, isn't it? I spent some time down at the teepee yesterday Trying to put leaves into the holes where all the light was coming through. Hey, I'm not going to be able to get there. Bummer. Aren't these pretty leaves? Wow, gorgeous. They're maples, I guess. Yep, they're maple, that's right. We need it for a wick, to wick the water up from down below. This was from bags I found at Halloween time, so there was candy wrappers in them here and there. Oh, 4 people are here. Hello, 4. Guess this is a winter gardening day, I guess, right? No time to garden like the present. Especially if you can get to your garden. I did get to it. Okay. Okay, I think I did it. Okay, so the rest of the leaves, they will turn into soil. How are we going to do this so I can use 2 hands? Maybe we'll just do it this way. Hello, Patricia Ignacia. This bag, a little unwieldy. Okay, let's come over here. Come on, you big unwieldy bag. Guess the rest goes on this one. I know I have more to do upstairs, but I'll get another bag for that. Look, autumn. All right, so shall we put some potatoes in here? Should probably water it first, right? I can't water it too much because my bottom of the things are pretty full. This stuff will all pack down to nothing when it turns to dirt. All right, there we go. We could put a little water on it. I don't like the way it's spraying. This looks good. I should have put the dirt in there. The cardboard in there. Not cardboard, the paper. Okay. Next we get the potatoes. See how far it's gone now. 35%. Alrighty then. So what are we gonna get? The potatoes. These are red potatoes, but I'm gonna leave them. What's in this one? There's a few in there. Let's go check these out. We're gonna put that cupboard shelf in later. Had to cut it. Okay. So, let's see what we have here. We have 1, 2. How many do I want to put in each of these? 4? See, this can be eaten. Those are good to eat potatoes. They don't have very big, long stems anyway. Usually I cut them. This is a little one. Okay. Okay, next. These are from my garden. It's kind of a rotten, oops. Yuck. Rotten potato just broke. Quick, quick, out with the vacuum. These were from my garden. Okay, but there is a whole bunch of other ones in here. Here they are. Look at that. We'll take this one over. Sorry, I'm not holding it very tightly. Ooh, aren't those beautiful? Yes. This thing tried to go out through here. Where to put those scissors? Okay, so we've got this nice one. And another nice one here. And that's got a lot on it. And this is huge. Look at the size of this one. I think these are going to grow. You know, I think potatoes are the best use of your gardening. You get a lot of food out of potatoes. So you can cut these into pieces, and then each of those will sprout. But I thought I would just focus on the ones that have already sprouted, and I'll just plant those. But these have all got sprouts on them. Everything in here has been sprouting away. I can transplant these out in a few months when it's time for transplanting. But I want to take the ones that are big because, you know, it's so easy to have the ones that are little and then they never do any more. I've had potato problems in the past where you plant all these potatoes and then think they're going to grow, and then they never do grow. And so you have to replant them. All right, so put this down, and let's see what else we've got in here. Is that all? Maybe that's all. Okay, so what else have we got here? I could plant my own potatoes. That would be good, wouldn't it? All right, So if I'm going to plant some more, they're going to have to come from here. All right, I'm not sure how many I have room for in there, but we shall find out. I don't want to use this one because there's only one and the whole potato is... But I wonder if you can just plant the eye. You know, they say you can just plant the eye of the potato, but you probably should dig it out. All right, there we go. But they say, you know, you plant the biggest, from the biggest potato, you know, to increase your the strain, right? To increase the size, you always plant the biggest. You're doing your own form of whatever that's called. So maybe 3 for each one is probably all it can take. But look at how many extras I've got. I've got 4. I shouldn't have taken so many, should I have? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, those can go back in a minute. All right, so that's that. I wonder if the worms would like eating this stuff. Okay, so then I'm going to put straw on top. Straw, which is pretty frozen actually. Okay. Very frozen actually. How much straw am I going to need? I was thinking the whole bale, but I think that's a little much. But maybe I'm not. Maybe that's not wrong. I don't want to kill these sprouts. But it won't be frozen long. It's frozen now, but it won't be frozen long. Oh, that ice is on there. Hi, Harry. Want the deer to come. Have to put out handfuls of food. They come like the pathway down there along the pond. They're in that part of the pathway near where it comes up onto the road. That's where there's always lots of tracks anyway. This will turn into soil too. Oh, there's a tiny little one there. I want it to thaw. All right, I guess we have to abandon this and let it thaw. Now, what's the next thing we're going to do here? I think I want to put worms in here. So that means we're going to have to open the worm bucket. All right, so let's get the tweezers and we'll get this and we'll get some put in there. Of course, we have a little bit of confusion here now, don't we? I brought in another bin. This one contains bob and lace stuff. We can play with that later. I guess I have to put you over here somewhere. Oops, I thought you turned around. That's not turned around. There, okay. I have to move this little thing out of the way. They're really getting a lot of dirt on the carpet here. Good thing I don't need to worry about this one. Where should I put this? I think I have these now. Okay, there. Big mess, sorry about this. One more. Oh, this is ice. Okay. I have to move this out of the way. Good thing I did that. There's water under it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I guess this should all be tiled here, shouldn't it? Or maybe linoleum. Okay. Now, here we go. Our situation here. All right. Got this. Oh, you're looking the wrong way. Here we go. And this. Okay. Break time. Good morning, everyone. Let's see who's here. Let's see what. Oh, look, lots has gone on. Hi. Hi, Lori. That's got to be removed. How do I do that again? Report, and that removes it at the same time, right? It's porn. Okay, then how come it's still there? Stop, stop, stop. Okay, now. Let's see if we've still got anybody there. Hi, Ellen Brown. I am still doing lives, Jay. And, okay, there we go. I think I've made a lot of progress, eh? I got those 6 trays set up, and I'm planting potatoes in them. And it'll take forever for the potatoes to get tall enough to take any room up, so I'll plant romaine lettuce on top. Well, romaine will need some dirt. So I'm going to get these worms out of these containers, and then I'm going to get some more poop, and I'm going to put it in the water. And that will make everything very nourished. It's like making tea. Newer. Sorry, thinking away. Oops. Hey, I fixed that. Hey, where'd you go? What's this now? I fixed that green basket. I made it round. I remember I put it in the sink yesterday with boiling water on it, and I put a big jar in it. And now it's, I don't know if you can really see into it very well, but it's not squished anymore. It's pretty cool. What's next? Oh yes, the worm. It's much easier to just talk to you than do all these things. I knew when I put all that stuff on it, it was going to be a problem. But did I care? No. Does Nancy care about those things? No. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to hang up my plants. I think I'll hang them on that side. And like there's some that, well, with the sun is like right now, that's about as high as it's going to get out there, right? Well, maybe they get a little bit higher. But so right now it's shining on the table to here, I guess. Well, maybe it's up to the top of that box. You can see the shadows on the floor, right? You can see some shadows. You have to look through all the stuff to see the floor. We're too big here, aren't we? Okay, so next I take these plants off of this bin. I never am getting around to reading my book. So those come off, and then I have all the worms are in the cardboard on the top. Now when it is off, I want it to do with the worms. But I want to do one thing and get it finished today. These planting potatoes. That's a really good exercise because that's like for Nancy tomorrow. If Nancy today does cool stuff, then Nancy tomorrow has a better life. And Nancy tomorrow would like to see plants growing on those in front of there, have a whole garden along the whole side of the house. I know that as soon as the leaves come out, though, the sun will be blocked, you see. Upstairs is the real garden. which I have done nothing with. But it's okay because I was doing Christmas, and before that I was going to Vancouver and getting ready for it. And before that I had pain and I was bored and I was just sitting around. It was raining out all the time. I didn't feel like doing anything upstairs. I did work on that stuff back in September, I guess. Well, you see, we just brought it in when it froze. It was really cold one night, and then it got warm, and it stayed warm for a while. And a couple days before I went to Vancouver, it was above freezing, and so we collapsed all those orange containers, these things. Willem threw all the stuff in there. But you know, I don't think they should be outside. I think plastic gets very brittle if you let it get too frozen. That the hydroponic system is okay down there. Maybe I should set that up in the spring on the deck. Wouldn't that be interesting to see how things look when they grow hydroponically? But I don't give it anything chemicals. I'll give it comfrey. Oh, and nettles. Oh, yes, I have lots of nettles. That should be going in the water too. Yeah, that'll help. They're actually in a bag outside. They never did get taken care of properly. Now I have to shove everything in through those little holes. Well, you know, the tops are not very heavy. It's just leaves and straw in them. I could just lift them up. Okay, so we'll have to do that. These leaves things, I wonder if these worms will live well. I could feed them cardboard in there. Should probably put some of that paper down. Should have put the paper down under the leaves. Do you think? Not too late. I could still shove it underneath. I didn't realize how lightweight they are. I can do all stuff still. So I've got a bag of nettles, including the stems. And I think the stems are important. So I'll put a few of them in each one, and they can rot in the water, and they'll turn to nutrients that will nourish the plants. And then I'll put cardboard down underneath the paper. Not cardboard, I'll put the paper bag. Well, I have cardboard. Maybe I'll put some cardboard in there too. And then maybe I should put some paper. I should rip the paper up a lot and put it between the leaves and the straw. I don't really want to put just one layer of paper there. I hope those leaves do a good job wicking. I guess it'll take them a few days to rot down. I mean, to get soaked through enough that they will absorb the water. Or maybe not. I was in my teepee yesterday using the leaves on the ground to put into the cracks on the top. When I first went in there, it was such a mess. I made a video in there, and after I looked at the video, and I thought, wow, what a mess. Anyway, I tidied everything up. I'm going to try and make a bedroom in there. I'm going to try and tail walls. And maybe even a cattail thing that will roll down. I can do this. I can do difficult things. And as it happens, I have a whole bunch of cattails up here. And I have a loom that's almost ready to put stuff on. I could do that, use that. But the length I'm going to need is pretty long. It's probably 6 feet or 7 feet. Yeah, I think 7 feet would probably be what I need to make a roll down blind. But I could use what I've got already. I should take that one that's in the sunroom. Remember when we were walking around it yesterday? I got one down, and I could see how that works. I think I've got it pretty waterproof around the bed now. Maybe what I should do first then is put a sheet down on everything and just see if it gets wet. But you see, as long as it stays frozen, everything will be fine. When things are frozen, you don't have to worry about the weather ruining them. because the weather won't get in on it. It's just snow. But when you start warming it up, like inside there, it's heated from the ground because the ground is not covered with snow. So it's much warmer in there than it is outside, except where there's wind leaves. So today the dump is open, but the car that hooks up to the trailer is not here. Oh well. And also, I have an appointment at 2, and Willem picks the car up at 2, and the dump opens at 2. So my appointment at 2, I can probably be home at 3, maybe 3:30. And the kids, my daughter and the kids are supposed to come over today. I don't know what time. They wanted to go for a walk. I hope they come over before 2 so I can play with them. Otherwise, they can just have the house, you know. I took the wise men down to the manger yesterday. So they're down there. Look, it's very interesting. I'm looking at my camera. I'm looking at my phone, you know. Here's my phone. And yet it says 7 people and 7 thumbs up and live for 63 minutes. Oh, these 7 of you. Hello, 7 people. Are you gardeners? Oh, and it went to 6 and it went back up to 7. So hello, I guess people are coming new every moment. Hello, hello. Introduce yourself. Join the neighborhood. Join the community. This is the Nancy Today community, the Nancy Today neighborhood. We're all neighbors on this planet, aren't we? Well, I did what I wanted to do. Part of it. Isn't that pretty cool? I've got those garden beds there, and they're full of water. I carry it. Can you believe that? Like, how lucky am I? Well, it wasn't luck. I had to do it. But I had the tap or the thing underneath the stairs that I could do it with. I already had that pipe down there. All I had to off what was on it and connect what I wanted on it and put it on a faucet and a hose, attach the hose to the faucet. Perfect. So great. Thanks for coming along. I was playing Minecraft this morning. You know, there's all these possible games you can play with other people. And so I clicked on one, Hive, I guess, and I went in there, and it was Duck Life or something like that. Or Dock Life. No, Lifeboat. It was Lifeboat. And I went in there and I went around and I looked and I tried to see what was going on, and something said creative. There were all these different people everywhere, and all you see is these characters that look like you, unless they've all got their funny, you know, what are they called? Skins? They're not skins, they're clothes. But anyway, they can call them what they want. It's their game. But so those people are all wandering around. They've all got their name is a yellow, you know, typing above their heads. And as they move around, so you see all these lines of color. And, well, hello, Callistopa. Callistopa. Hi, Callistopa. Is that your name? I'm Nancy Today. Pleased to meet you. And pleased to meet all of you. And thank you for your thumbs upping. Anyway, so we were talking about this garden thing that I started. So I've got the orange containers there, the tops and the bottoms. I brought them in from outside. I got some comfrey, and I put the comfrey in so that will run. I've put the water in with my awesome hose that I was just telling you about. There's a video on doing that if you want to do it. I just couldn't handle, if I'm going to have plants well, that's understandable. It's winter. And I never did. I mean, sometimes I did, but you know, I love these geraniums. And if you count up how much you spend on them and how many days you have to enjoy them, and divide it by the number of days, or the amount by the days. And I figured out one year I was going to it was costing me 50 cents a day to have geraniums. So I better appreciate those geraniums, 50 cents every single day. And then I didn't want them to get frosted, so I brought them all in. And then I found at the dump, I found in the metal bin, or the tin can bin, I found lots of number 10 tin cans. And I put I potted them up into little pots. You know, the pots are also there at the dump. There's plastic ones or there's ceramic ones. Nothing ever matches, but whatever it is. And so I guess I got plastic back then, and I brought them home and I put them in these number 10 tin cans, and I had them lined up in front of all the windows. Do you remember that? If you look up Nancy Today red geraniums, there's all that's on video, isn't it? Planting them in all those tin cans, and then I'd have to fill up a jug and walk it all the way through and not spill any water, not drip it along the floor. I'd have to water them all. Oh, you remember? And I had window boxes outside. I made these little wooden boxes that were not deep enough. They're like 3 inches deep or something and 3 inches wide. Some of them were 6 inches wide, but eventually the weight of the water, and after a few years, they hit the wall, except the one part that was fastened securely, but the rest of the boxes fell apart. That's long ago. Remember when I painted my house black? It was beige siding, and it just looked so awful. It was just plastic, and they're in the woods. Plastic blue table, and But anyway, it was just so a cool house, and it never looked good. It didn't look good in the winter, and it didn't look good in the summer or the fall or the spring. It was awful all year. So I'm gonna paint a mural on it. I thought, well, I'll just paint a beautiful mural. And then I thought, of course, all I love to paint is waterfalls. So in order to paint a waterfall, you have to paint, your background has to be very dark. So you can start off with the whole canvas is black, and then you bring your water and you just pull it down. You put it on a knife and smear it down or something. Put the knife on the edge and But anyway, and you've got all your plants and your ferns, fan brushes, making all your fern leaves on the rock, and then you put rock on the, and anyway, or you put it black, and then you put the rocks, and then you put the ferns, then you put the water, and then you have the trees coming, the branches in the front, and then you have the water in the front splashing, and whatever you want in the front. If it's rocks coming down, you can have a pool at the bottom. Here he is again. Why does he do this? Report. Just one moment, please. Porn. Report. And okay. There we go. Done. Doesn't do much good because they just must make accounts all day long. And as the other ones are getting reported and deleted, they're just doing a cycle. Cycling through them. That green basket really doesn't go very well with that. It is plastic. I like working with natural materials. I told Marianne I was going to take the class on Sunday night at 4 online. We're going to do a platter. It's Alberta basketry. And Marianne gives classes on there. I was going to do it, but now I realize that I don't know when birthday party is. Our little grandson in Ottawa has a birthday party coming up. It's probably on the weekend, but his birthday, I think, is Monday. So it could be that we have to go to Ottawa, and I wouldn't be here to do that. Hard to tell. It's good to just sit for a while. Let your back relax. I bet your back hurts. Gina? I was trying to look some of you guys up on Facebook. It's really hard to find people on Facebook, don't you find? They want to show you people from far away who are not the same age as you, that have nothing in common with you when you're asking for friends. Like if I look up Regina Nibbler, how do you say it? Nibbler or Nibbler? I guess you can't tell me that. Is it like Nibbler or is it like Nibbler? Is that like an Irish? I think reminds me of a little leprechaun. I don't know why. I'm making it up. So I have puffy hair because it's curly. And it snags and tangles because it's all different lengths. My cousin thinks I should pull it all together at the bottom and make it look curly and straight. But I don't have straight hair. I have hair. Anyway, it is what it is. I like it. That's why it's long, because I like it. I put it up on my head in the summer. I make 2 braids right in the center, and I go right over, and then take the other braid, and it goes over. And now it goes over too far. So the braid gets to be looser. It gets to flop more. You know, because I don't really want this going past my ear. I guess I could. I could start going and wrapping it, but I don't like the ends of my braids showing. So I always have to turn it over. But I could just, it's winter now anyway. Let's look at this bird. This is a hairy woodpecker. It's a male. He has the red head. Oh, wait a minute. That's not a hairy, that's a downy. This is a small one. Harrys and downies are identical. Males have red heads, females have not. And other than that, the only thing different is they're about 3 inches, maybe 2 inches. It looks so pretty, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a postcard, like up in the woods in a beautiful place? It's postcardish. I couldn't believe I could find comfrey out there. Oh, not again, lower power mode. Turn it around. Oh, there I am. Hello. Did you want to look at me or did you want to look at the landscape? I could turn it so you can see both. So my problem right now is I have to lean forward and move those 3 geranium plants. And any way I do it, it's going to be bad on my back. If I stand up and face it and tighten my butt muscles, and then from right here, and then squat down, and then lift it and pull it to me. But what I want to do is just lean forward and take it. But you know, if I lean forward, if I put it onto something else, it would work. These are heavy pots, though. Let's see how I end up doing this. All right, where are we going to put it down when we're done with it? I guess it's going to have to go over there now. Okay. Okay, engage butt, knees, pull it to me and stand up. All right, over, here we go. Okay, one down. Muscles. Pull it toward you and up. And then put it on the counter. Okay, and the next one. Okay, so let's do this one. Up we go. Okay, we did it. Now we can open the worm bucket. But do we want to open the worm bucket? Do you want to open the worm bucket? Would you, if it were you, would you open it? I don't think so. Not unless you have worms in a bucket and then you want to open it. Which one is it? There it is. That's probably good for you to be back there, and then you can't see if the bugs fly out of it or anything. Yikes, bugs are flying out of it. Okay, where's my tweezers? They're in the cardboard. I might as well just take the cardboard. pretty quick if they think you're after them. I think I lost all of those. Except this guy. They certainly are making manure here. You guys, you're doing an awesome job. They eat cardboard, you know. I know, I don't like it either. Why would they? Okay. As soon as you uncover them, they go away. Slither away and they're gone. They have babies in here. Many, many babies. They're working on this stuff in here, you know? It's good. It's pretty heavy. I don't like it being so heavy if I have to move it around. Perfect. There's some strange things here. I don't know what that is. They're pretty busy. Look at this. This is what they've made. There certainly are a lot of them here. You can't see this. It's probably just as well. It's pretty gross. You can just imagine grossness. Yay, grossness. This is so cool that I have all this worm manure. If you try and buy it, it costs a fortune. These are red wiggler worms. I don't suppose this is exciting as to you as it is to me. You have to just sit over there and pretend everything's interesting. I wonder if they go all the way to the bottom. Sure are a lot of them. They've been working hard in here. what I'm seeing is their stuff. I don't think they like raw cabbage. No wonder it's so heavy. There's a lot of water in here. Probably pour it out. That's why the worms are all up so high. Makes a lot more sense now. I bet that juice in here is made by them, right? I bet that would be good to put in the bottom of those beds, eh? Okay, I think I'm going to feed them put some cardboard on the top. So maybe they're not that deep, that many. Maybe it's just a fluke. What can I use to get that water out of there? Yes, here we go. Next project. Hey there. Yes, it's worm manure. Sorry, I got to get rid of this guy here. There, I reported him. All right, what can we use? I gotta dip it out. So I guess we could use a jar. And it's gotta be a dipper what could we use? Maybe this one. Well, maybe this one would be good. Saying low battery, this could prove faithful. Faithful? Not faithful. Faithful? Maybe that's the word. See all that great manure? You might not want to look at it too much. We'll just turn you around. Hello. You can watch me and I'll just dip in and pour it into here. A lot of elderberries in here. Floating in the water. This is going to be great for the compost beds. I mean, not the compost beds, but for the garden. Because it's like, see, all the worms have been composting in here and making manure. And then here we come. This has too much water in it. I don't know why there's so much water in it, actually. I'm glad that glass is washable. You know? I really didn't know it would be this gross when I started having worms. Let's see if we can make our hole here bigger. Push down farther. It's like anthropology here. Well, what have they eaten in the last 6 months? I strained, I had 8 gallons of oxymel, and then I strained all the elderberries out of it later. It's a third of 8 gallons of elderberries, and they went in here. Wow, I filled that whole jar up. Well, where do I want to take it? Let's. It's a good thing we emptied all these jars yesterday, isn't it? Otherwise, we wouldn't have so much. The back. I'm going to put you down here so that you can see if you want to see. Look at that. You're going to get a bird's eye view. This does not come from birds nor from eyes. Just had to tell you that. Not like you didn't know. My friend Jennifer today. Have you ever watched her stuff? She's really cool. She spins and weaves and does pottery. And she has worms, and she just feeds them cardboard. That's like all of her compost cardboard goes in there. This is quite good to get all this out. This bin was too heavy for what it was supposed to be. But also the worms couldn't use the whole container because they're not going to go in the water. They're not swimming worms. This is about as gross as anything, except those composting toilets. I'm not going to do that. I guess there's been a lot of tomatoes too that were in here. All the rotten tomatoes. These poor worms, I bet they wish I did a better job of doing worm composting. She doesn't feed us the right stuff. She lets us get full of water. That's a cob of corn. Still got the cob stuff on it. Okay. We're getting down to the bottom now. It would be good if I had soil to do my garden beds, the inside garden beds, but I don't, and I'm not. I don't know. You don't need that for potatoes, but they do need to feel completely enveloped, right? Yes. All right. I think I've had my grossness quotient for the day. No wonder they were all up so high. I had no idea why. If I wait a minute, maybe some more of the water. I made a hole here. I would show it to you, but it's a little awful. But true gardeners know that it's normal. Now I wonder if I've taken too many of the worms. I don't think so. I think the worms will be okay. There's other bugs in here, roly-polies. What are roly-polies doing in here? Okay, I think we're starting to have a little spring happening down here. Yeah, it's coming in between the cracks and flowing down. What's the time? Time's getting away. 11:15. I haven't written in my scriptures, read my cedar book, but it's okay because I've gotten all this other stuff done. I'm doing my garden. I have to be there at 2, so what did I just say, 11:30? No, it's 10:30, so I have 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. I have 3 hours and a quarter before I have to be in the car. I can do things. Thanks. Yes, it is lovely out, isn't it? It's very windy, as you can tell from that thing blowing in the wind. So glad I brought it up. I've been trying to jump on there. Well, I guess I should jump today because there's a bit of stuff on it. If I get it off every day, then it won't pile up on there. I brought it up to the house so the kids could jump on it. I didn't like it being way down in the playground because they don't usually want to get out there. Sometimes they do. Lately they did. It was nice having them want to play outside the other day. We went all the way around, all the way down the valley and up and through all the garden beds and through the fortress behind that wall of stuff and then around down. I bet, like Desmond, they played in that one day up there and he called it his secret something, which probably means I shouldn't tell you. He didn't want me to put a sign on it because it's secret. It's kind of easy to see, though. He called it the secret barracks. No, not barracks. Secret bunker. It's a secret bunker. And he'll probably grow up and look back and remember there was this really cool fort on Grandma's front yard up on the hill. Like, what a cool yard. It's quite varied, isn't it? You got these garden beds, they can run through and chase each other, and there's the hobbit hole down there, and then there's the studio. They remembered that there was a pottery studio. I wish I could take you there. If I could take you there, I think I would go. But my internet doesn't work when I'm in there. And it's just so overwhelming. The whole thing is overwhelming. And I think I'd have the confidence to turn on the kiln and fire. So today I can't fire, right, because I've got to go away. And tomorrow is the temple. Yay! And then Saturday, wouldn't it be cool if I fired a load on Saturday? The kiln is almost full. I may should get this all done before I start making other stuff to dry. But I can't make other stuff yet because my clay isn't ready. But I have clay up here. I just brought it up. I can get the clay ready in here, and then I can take it down and do it. Oh, what a cool idea. Sometimes I surprise myself. Very cool idea. This whole block is thawed now. What an interesting... Hey, I could do stuff in the pottery studio today. Well, I only have 3 hours, so I want to do my garden thing first. I've been trying to clean up, and I have all these projects on here, like the mowing stuff upstairs. The faucet comes out, that thing, and you pull your little handle up, and it's in all directions and goes up. So I wanted to change that. So I got one of those. That's in the bag over on here. And then the downstairs, the handle on the wall, it looks like on the box, and it won't turn anymore. Oh, I tried to take it out, but I think the screw is wrong, and so I've been watching these quick quick handicraft things to, not handicraft, but carpentry, whatever, different tool ideas. Anyway, and so one person took a twist tie, not a twist tie, a zip tie, and laid it across the screw and then pushed the screwdriver into it and then did it, and it worked. That's a really good idea. So I'm going to try that because I already tried unscrewing it. It's got one of those Allen keys that's, I don't know how many sides it is. But whatever I have, it's got these little things and it curves, and I can't use that. I have to have it straight. Sorry, so let's see how we can do this. You have to be plugged in because you lost it. And so now, I don't want you to lose it again. How do I do this? I put this over here, and this over this, so I can hang. There you go. Hello. We're back together. Okay, so I'm going to do some more on this potato garden. So I'll start by, I want to add nettles in the bottoms. And these things are supposedly fine. Get the top off. Shoot. That doesn't work. Okay, so I guess my wick worked. So I want to put in some nettles into this, okay? So I got a bag of nettles out here. I can't take it to the cord. Okay, so I've got a bag of nettles. I'm sorry about the light. How do we fix that? Whatever. Okay, so I'll take some, I've already got comfrey in it, and I'm going to put in nettles. I have quite a few nettles here. Okay, and then I'm going to get the next one. That's all sitting there too. So how am I going to work this now? I'll put this on top of the next one. There we go. Now add nettles to that one. Can you see over there? Do you want a better view? Do you want to sit over here? Could sit on a branch of the Christmas tree. What have you done today? Oh, I sat on a branch of the Christmas tree. Here, hold on a minute. I don't want you to fall into the water. Okay, let's see if we can put this branch here in such a way that you can be there. There. Okay, now you can see something. So I'm going to put some nettle leaves from this bag into here. And these will all rot. Let's actually put them in here. And wick up through it. Okay, so this one will go back down on this. I hope. Does not want to do that. Sticking out of me. That's gone in there. Let's put that back in there. Okay, that's in. I'll do the next one. Same situation with this. There we go. It's kind of hard to maneuver like this. Okay, so we're going to put a lot of nettles in this one then. They're pretty awesome nettles. But I think they may have gotten moldy, so that's why we're not using them for tea. We can turn into potatoes. Let's take this one here. And we'll put this one on here. Shove this back up inside, I think. There we go. All right, so now we'll move over to this side. Okay, so I'll take this one off first. And then I'll take this one off second. If it doesn't break anything, it's probably not a good thing. Okay, and then I'll bring my nettles here. You really can't see, can you? There you go. I put a whole bunch of nettles stems in the bag. And then I took, when they were dry, I rubbed them together and took the leaves off the stems. Okay, I'm going to give you a better viewing spot. Put you up over there. See what I can show you from here. So that's it in there now. Nettle leaves. Can't read everything you said. Yeah, we don't have meat for compost either. Sometimes eggs get in there. Take old barrels, fill half up with soil, cut through throw the cut potatoes in and some compost, then fill up the rest with soil. Get about 7 nice potatoes out of 1 potato if I do it right. So do you do this whole barrel for 1 thing of potatoes? Fill up the rest with soil. You throw the cut potatoes. So what do you do, maybe 4 or something? I've tried doing something where they might come out, I think I tried. Maybe I didn't ever actually try. Anyway, so there you go. So that's what it looks like right now. And you can push it all down into the water, whatever. It's pretty cold. This water is icy. It's in a deep well. I think those little tiny things might be seeds. You can use the seeds for protein, but not after you've let it sit outside in the bag for months and get rain on it. Okay, so now I'm going to put the tops back on the bottoms. This thing is proving very difficult to maneuver. Okay. So I'll have to make sure that these don't stick out too far. nice save that I could do this after the fact. Add some of this nice nettles to it. Okay, so there's that. Four is going to be way too many for these. So how about some, what was the other thing we're going to put in? Oh yeah, that gross stuff. So I guess what we could do with that is just sprinkle it on, like water the top with it, because it's pretty full inside. I'm just breaking up this straw and putting on it. Can you see anything in there? This is a terrible video. Must be because there's only 2 people left. But maybe people have just come and gone. Alright, so let's see if we can get this wire up across the top here. And then we could sit here. Hello, hello. So this is pretty frozen, this straw stuff. Kind of nice, it looks like a bit of a barn over here. Oh, this is pretty strong. I didn't put the cardboard underneath everything. I think I'm just wanting to get the straw in on top with it, and then I can slide the cardboard under everything. These potatoes want to stay dark. I also have a nice crop of leaves. But they make it look like autumn. I like that. All right, so we've got it all filled up with straw. There's nettles in there. I could go get a jug of that crappy stuff. I'll just put it on very sparingly so these beds won't overflow. Should probably put the cardboard in there too. Well, not cardboard, but paper. Okay, there we go. Or maybe we can be done for a while. Oh, where'd it go? Look you up on a herb container in the kitchen to use fresh herbs while cooking. So is that like it's growing in there? It stinks in here. Ah yes, our worm compost. Huh, where is that supposed to go? Should that go down near the bottom, right? So maybe maybe I should just use this cardboard, which is all saturated with worm stuff, and push that down into the bottom of all the beds. What do you think about that? It's already partly composted. A P.O. box. Where would I have a P.O. box? That's an interesting idea, Regina. So, making good progress. Look at this, what we've accomplished. It doesn't matter that my back hurts. Look, that's 4 and 3, and that's the last one. Is that the last? Oh no, there's a bunch out there still. We're going to have to do this all upstairs too, you know. It's a good thing we've got a lot more straw. I should probably bring the whole thing in to thaw. It's heavy. However, I did take away half of it. I could put it on a piece of plastic. Look at this nice view. Should make some tea. Hello, 4 people. We're making progress. This is a long video if you're trying to learn how to do it. Not a good one for learning how. This is just a hanging out kind of a video, isn't it? Where we're hanging out doing it. This is my parka. It's the best ever. It's from Land's End, I believe. Was that what it says there? I think so. My mother used to buy, this is from my mom. She used to buy coats from Land's End. She used to buy me coats from Land's End. She's bought me, I had a brown one, and I have still got the blue one, and I've got this white one. I have a green one that's a different kind of coat. It's not park, but I really like them all because they go down to my knees. And I wouldn't want to go out very often if I only could get warm down to my waist or just below my butt. That would be very cold. But if you have the whole thing going down to your knees, then you can be 72 degrees all the way down. And you have your boots on, you can be nice and warm all the way from your toes to your nose. Well, toes to your neck. And this has a hood on it, of course. Wherever the top is. I don't want to touch it. I smell. It smells in here. Yes, I think that's what I'll do. I'll take this composted stuff and I'll take the worm manure and I'll put the cardboard underneath the leaves, and then on top of that I will put I'll put the leaves, some leaves on the very bottom, and then maybe an inch of leaves on the bottom, and then I'll put the cardboard, this really wet cardboard, I'll put that on there. And then on top of that, then I'll put some leaves, and then I'll put the manure. What do you think? It's okay if the manure falls into the water because it will add to the whole compost mix, to the manure tea. You used to start all your tomato seeds indoors around the end of March and started because then on Mother's Day I could take them out and plant in the garden. I used to do a ton of canning. Yeah, I used to do a ton of tomatoes, but I think tomatoes make me hurt. At least cooked ones, so I don't do tomatoes anymore. I've never really liked cooked tomatoes. I don't eat pasta, and I never really cared for them. Anyway, but I mean, it's like that's what people grow is tomatoes. That's the whole garden idea is tomatoes. So maybe I'm gonna, if I want to plant anything other than potatoes in here, I'm gonna need some actual soil to put them in. I have manure and soil in those garden beds out there, but everything is frozen solid, quite deep. Oh, but you know what? I could get some out of the teepee. It's very sandy, and it doesn't freeze in there, and it's already was kind of dusty in there. Oh, it does freeze in there, but it doesn't get covered with snow. In the teepee right out here by the garden. Have enough veggies to last through the winter. I would also can meat when it was on sale. Meat was so high. Yeah, yeah, I've always done that too. Yeah, it's neat. Okay, so if you contact me privately, Regina, I'll give you my address. I don't mind if you know my address here. Anyway, so now in my water, I now have comfrey and nettles and water. I don't have a lot of room for my manure tea. I have a gallon and a half, let's say. That's 6 quarts. I suppose each of those beds could take a quart. Yes, hello everyone. Everyone is different all the time on here. I get off of here sometimes it says 160 people have watched it. But it never was more than like 11, maybe 14. And when it's 14, I start getting embarrassed. I was thinking it might be fun to hang out with me because it's pretty dull out there and everybody's got weather issues. And it's winter and people are sitting around and a lot of us are, things are shut down. Not everything is shut down. It's not like lockdown again, but restaurants are now closed again and school is closed and, so it's like we're back into it. This is the Omicron now. But perhaps this will be the end of it because if everybody gets Omicron and then they have antibodies to fight off Delta,